Hello everyone, you are welcome back to this class. So we want to continue from where we stopped under simultaneous linear equations. We've talked about substitution method of solving simultaneous equation. So in this video, we want to look at elimination method of solving simultaneous equation. So this method is very useful to solve simultaneous equation. So especially when one of the variables, none of the variables, none of the coefficients of the unknown is one. That is, none of the variable has coefficient of what? 1. So in this case, elimination method will be very useful. But substitution very useful if one of the variables has 1 as its coefficient. So in this case, we have this example. Use elimination method to solve the following equations. This is the first one. So let's see how we're going to use it. Now, one thing you need to know here is that for elimination method to be useful, so another condition is that one of the variables must have the same coefficient in the two equations. I repeat again, one of the variables must have the same coefficient in the two equations. So let's look at this one. Let's write it. This is 5x plus 2y equals to 10. This is equation 1, right? Then we have 3x minus 2y equals to what? 6. Equation what? 2. So this is what I'm saying. If you look at equation 1, the coefficient of x in equation 1 is 5, while the coefficient of x in equation 2 is 3. So the coefficients are not the same. In equation 1, the coefficient of y is plus 2, y in equation 2 is what? Minus 2. Though we have a slight difference in the signs, but they have the same figure, which is 2, 2. So which means the coefficient of y in both equations is the same, right? So in that case, we're going to go for elimination of what? Y. So the meaning of elimination is that we want to remove, we want to cut out, we want to kill one of the variables so that we have one left. So we have two variables, we want to kill one and keep one so that we have simple linear equation. Is that clear? So how do we do that? How can we kill this? Is for us to make it, to find it and turn it to 0. How are we going to do that? So what we have here is plus 2y, right? And the second one is what? Minus 2y. So we have to put one operation here to make this to be what causes what? 0. So what are we going to put there? So if you put minus there, so this means minus times minus is going to be plus 2y, then plus 2y. So this will not give us what? 0, because plus 2y equals to what? 4, right? So in that case, if we put plus at the middle here, so which means we're going to have 2y plus times minus is what? Minus 2y. This gives what? 0. So which means we are going to add the equations. We do what? We add the equations. Add the equations. So we're going to say, we're going to add the equation. We add, that is, we add this plus this plus this plus, so that the equation will balance. So we're going to add this plus this. So 5x plus 3x will give us what? 8x. While 2y plus minus 2y will give us 0. We have said that now. Equals to 10 plus 6 equals to what? 16. You can see that we have linear equation. We have killed one of the variables. So we want to do that. We're going to say add the equations. Add the equations. Now, I don't subscribe to a certain way, but you ask, okay, if the signs are different, add. If the signs are the same, subtract. Yes, they are correct. But you must know the reason why you are adding. You must know the reason why you are subtracting, which I have what? Demonstrated for you now. Is that clear? So that means we're going to have 5x plus 3x. So even if you subtract, you see that this will not give you what? 0. So that is going to have plus 2y, right? Plus minus 2y equals to 10 plus 6. This is what I've done. So I've added this 5x plus 3x, then plus 2y plus minus 2y, then 10 plus what? 6. So this gives what? 0. So we have 8x plus 0 equals to what? 16. That is what? 8x equals to 16. Divide both sides by 8, right? So 8 cancel 8, then x equals what? 2. So we know the value of our x now, it remains the value of our y. So we can then substitute the value of x in any of the two equations. Whichever one you use, you must get the same answer. So let's look at, we then say substitute x equals to 2 in what? Into equation 1. So that's what I want to use. I want to use equation 1. So substitute, or I can just say put x equals to 2 in 1. I can do it that way. That means I have 5x plus 2y equals to 10. That means 5 times 2, because the value of x is 2, right? Plus 2y equals to what? 10. So in that case, I have 10 plus 2y equals what? 10. So 2y equals to 10 minus 10. This will go there. So therefore, we have 2y equals to 0. Therefore, y equals to what? 0. So we can also check if we are correct. So 5x, let's make use of equation 1. 5x plus 2y equals to 10. So 5 times x, which is what? 2. Then plus 2 times y, which equals to 0, must be equal to what? 10. So 5 times 2, that is 10, plus 0 equals to what? 10. You can see this is very close. Correct. Is that clear? All right. So that is that on the question number 1. Let's look at question number 2 now. All right. This is question number 2. So we asked to solve this using elimination method. If you look at this, let's have the solution here. Solution. So we have 3c plus 4g equals to minus 9, equation 1, right? Then 4c plus 5g equals to minus 11, equation what? Equation 2. All right. So if you look at this, you notice that none of the variables have the same coefficients in both equations. So what are we going to do? So in this case, the one we just finished down, we have one whose coefficients are the same in both what? Equations. So in this case, what we're going to do is that we decide which of the variables we want to eliminate. Is it C or is it D that you want to eliminate? Assuming I want to eliminate C, so what am I going to do? I must do something that will make the coefficient of C in equation 1 be equal to the coefficient of C in equation 2. So what is the best way to do that is I will just multiply. It depends. So let me multiply this one by 4 and multiply this one by 3. So which means if I multiply this one, it will give me 12. If I multiply this one, it will give me also what? 12. So 4 times 3, 6 is equal to what? 12c. So the 4 will multiply everything, not only this. So 4 times 4 gives what? 16d. Equals to 4 times 9 will give us what? Minus what? 36. I hope this is clear. So we use the same thing. 3 times 4c gives us what? 12c, right? Plus 3 times 5d is equal to what? 15 what? G equals to 3 times minus 11 equals what? Minus what? 33. So we have this is equation 3, and this equation what? Equation 4. So from here now you can now see that one of the variables have the same coefficient in both what? Equations. So that means which is 12 here is also what? 12 here. So in this case, 12, this is plus, this is plus. So 12 minus 12 gives 0. So which means I'm going to subtract. So what I'm going to do is that I will just say subtract. So it depends on how you want to subtract it. So this aspect is very important. Don't make the mistake. Very, very important. So we're going to say subtract. So if you look at it, this is bigger than this. This is also bigger than this. I'll just say subtract 4 from 3. Subtract 4 from 3. That is, I'm removing this from this. So in this case, I'm going to have 12c minus 12c. That is 0. So 16d minus what? 15d equals to minus 36 minus, because I'm subtracting here. So this minus, right? So that is going to be minus 36 minus 33. Please hope that is very clear. So in this case, we have 16d minus 15d will give us what? D. Then minus 36, minus times minus we got plus 33. So that means D equals to minus 36 plus 33 will give us what? Minus 3. So then the value of D here is what? Minus 3. So we can then put d equals to minus 3 in, let's say, equation 2, right? So we'll be using equation 1 since equation what? 2. So equation 2, which is 4c plus 5d equals to what? Minus 11. So wherever we see d, we put minus 3 there. So that means we have 4c plus 5 into minus 3 equals to minus what? 11. So that is 4c equals to 4c minus 15 equals to what? Minus 11. So we can subtract, we can collect like terms here. So this will give us 4c equals to minus 11 plus what? 15. That means 4c equals to what? 4. Right? So we can then say divide both sides by 4, divide both sides by 4, 4 cancel 4, c equals what? 1. So we've known the value of c, we've known the value of d, so we can as well check. So let's check if we are correct or not. So let's make use of 3c plus 4d equals to minus 9. So c, that is 3 times 1, then 4d times minus 3 equals to minus 9. So this is 3 minus what? 4 times minus, that's minus 12. So what we have here, this is going to be 9, is equal to what? Minus 9. This is correct. So which means our answer is very correct. So I hope that is very clear. Let's look at one more example before we call it a day in this video. Alright, so this is example 3. Example 3 now. So the same thing here. So we see that none of the variables have the same coefficients in both equations. So what we're going to do is the same thing. This is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. So we multiply this by what? So if we, for example, if I want to eliminate y now, I'll multiply this by 2 and multiply this by 3. Right? So this becomes the same thing. So 2 times 2, that gives what? 4x plus 6y equals to 16. This gives equation 3. Sorry. So 3 times 3, that gives what? 9x plus 6y as well. Then plus what? 21, equation 4. So we can see that y have the same coefficient in both equations, which is 6. So how do we eliminate this? So this is also what? Minus. Because plus 6y minus plus 6y give us 0. So we're going to subtract. And notice one thing, this is bigger than this, this is bigger than this. So it should then be subtract 3 from what? From 4. So we are removing this from this. That's going to be 9x minus 4x equals to 21 minus what? 16. So this gives us 5x equals to what? 5. How that is very clear. So we divide both sides by 5. Therefore, x equals what? 1. Then we substitute, or we put x equals to 1 in any of the two equations we have here. Let's say equation what? Equation 1. So in this case, we have 2x plus 3y equals to 8. So whenever we see x, we put what there? We put 1. So that means we have 2 into 1 plus 3y equals to 8. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 3y equals what? 8. I hope I'm making sense? Right. So this will give us 3y equals to 8 minus what? 2. So that is 3y equals to what? 6. Divide both sides by 3. So y equals to what? 2. Therefore, x equals to 1 and y equals to what? 2. So we can as well check this. So let's use equation 2 to check. We have 3x plus 2y. So 3 multiplied by 1 plus 2 multiplied by 2. So this is 3 plus 4 equal to 7, and same thing with this. I hope this is very clear to you. So that is all on elimination method of solving simultaneous equation. So this is where we're going to stop in this video. If you find this video useful and helpful, don't forget to give us a very big word, thumb up. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I release video like this, you'll be able to benefit. You get notification of it and benefit from it. And you can as well share this video with your family and friends. So in the next video, we're going to look at what problems leading to what? Simultaneous equation. That is what problem involving simultaneous equation. So bye for now.